Hey everyone, welcome to my new YouTube channel. This is my very first video ever. You guys can call me DW.
I'm not that girl.
They are the initials to my future pseudonym. I'm a writer who's working on a middle grade sci-fi book. It's going to be a series, so I'm locked into this world for the foreseeable future. I have been swirling around and lurking in these authortube spaces for many years. And I just finally decided I need to, one, hold myself accountable, and two, I need to find some other people who are going to hold me accountable. And I think the best way to do that for a writer is genuinely authortube. There are so many people out there that I've been watching for years, and even some of the newbies from the past year who have really hit the ground running. From initial concept of a story to some of you getting published, I'm sort of proud for you, having watched from behind the scenes for many years, and hopefully within the next, I don't know, 12, 15, maybe 18 months, I can join the ranks to become a published author. I can't wait for you guys to get to know me through this author newbie tag. I have seen countless videos over the years. In particular, I think there are about like 10 from this year alone, and then a handful that I picked from previous like months in 2024. For my initial set of questions, I did incorporate some questions of my own that I think would be fun for me to answer. So let's get started. Okay, let's start off with the very first question. What made you want to start writing? I remember back in undergrad, there was this character that I just kept drawing in my sketchbook. It was based off of a couple characters from one of my favorite anime shows called Bleach. And within hours of doing multiple sketches of her, I created a world around her. That world I went back to over and over, year after year, and it just became a place of comfort for me. It developed so heavily into a larger cast of characters with like plot points that were starting to build. And right around like 2020, I decided to put all of that into a written form, which ended up being an 89,000 word draft. But recently, I would say maybe within the past like 12, maybe 15 months, I've looked at it, started to edit the plot points a little bit, and now I'm finally comfortable diving back into the story and creating a more polished manuscript. Next question is, how did you find out about authortube? So my degrees are design and finance related, and that means I have no experience with creative writing. And of course, when you don't know anything about a particular craft, where do you go to? YouTube. That's where I found the likes of Alexa Dunn, who had a whole catalog of videos, not only about writing, but about the publishing industry, two of which things I literally knew nothing about going into it. So I did a crash course with all of her videos and learned so much in such a short time. So I'm very appreciative of her and a few other author tubers. All right, the next question is, what's your book pitch? So the super short answer is The Goonies meets Men in Black. It's a middle grade sci-fi series with 12 to 13-year-olds who get into plenty of trouble in their small town full of aliens. The next question is, what's your publishing path? I'm definitely leaning towards traditional publishing. As a middle grade sci-fi author with like no fan base, it's going to be incredibly hard to get my book out there. Not only after working with an editor and someone to help design the book cover, it would just be a lot to market my book by myself. So I think that getting a publishing house to help out with that work and get it into as many hands of kids out there, I think that's probably the best way to do it. Are you a plotter, planter, or pantser? This is probably the easiest question I can answer because it's plotter without a doubt, and honestly, to a fault. What content can we expect to see from your AuthorTube channel? Definitely weekly vlogs because I need to churn out words if I'm ever going to complete the very first draft of this before, I would say, middle of March. but I love meeting new people and talking to new people, so I'm excited to venture into live sprints every now and then. If you're interested in adding new people to the mix, please let me know, reach out, I'd be happy to join. Okay, and the last question that I'm taking from other newbie tags is, what are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of authortube? So, as a Black and gay writer, I think I'm really motivated to seek out spaces that include people like me. And in the slim chance that I can't find them already on YouTube, I would be more than happy to create my own for others like me out there who would like to join. That said, there are already fun groups of authortubers out there creating welcoming spaces for newbies like me. So those were all the questions that I got from previous authortube newbie tags. The next series of questions, I think there are 8 in total, are questions that I think would be fun for me to answer. Of course, if you're a future authortube newbie, please feel free to steal any of these. I look forward to hearing your answers. What is your favorite part of the writing process? Hands down, it would be world building. I could stay in that part of the writing process forever, creating maps, drawing different characters, and coming up with different alien races. But whenever it comes to putting pen to paper, I get so nervous. Describe your favorite ship in your current work in progress. Their names are Rook and Will. They are the mentors to the younger group of main characters. They are in a committed relationship and give off Major, David, and Patrick vibes from Schitt's Creek. Next up is, what is your ideal location for a writing retreat? I would say Palm Springs, hands down. It's got a cozy yet vibrant style to it with perfect weather. There are plenty of spas in case the writing gets a little too intense. And Joshua Tree, which is very close to Palm Springs, has great hiking trails. And if you time the trip just right in March, you can often see professional tennis live in Indian Wells. If your book was to be adapted, list the director, star, and format. So for the director, I'm torn between 2. Jordan Peele for the culture and Guillermo del Toro for creature design. But I would definitely say a movie for sure. And for the star, I would say for this character in particular, they aren't a main POV, but Michael B. Jordan for one of my favorite characters who serves as like a Dumbledore-like figure. Akin to F, Marry, Kill, pick 3 genres to give 5 stars to, put on your TBR, or DNF. So as a sci-fi writer, you would think that I would give my 5 stars to that genre, but it's actually crime thrillers and murder mysteries. I'm gonna have to TBR sci-fi. I am very committed to the genre, but there are too many hits and misses. And I'm totally gonna have to DNF anything and everything romance, but if you love it, I love that for you. Hardback, paperback, ebook, or audiobook? Definitely hard all the way. What are you currently reading? I'm currently reading the first book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. It's a lit RPG that's exceeding all my expectations. And the last question is, name a book in your preferred genre you ought to have read but haven't. This may get my sci-fi nerd card revoked, but I have not read or dived into anything by Brandon Sanderson. So if you're a sci-fi nerd like me, but you have read any of his books, let me know where I should start off. Alright y'all, this was so much fun for me to record, and I hope it was fun for you guys to watch. My next video should be up next Monday, so please like, subscribe. If you made it to the end of this video, please comment below with an emoji representing your favorite genre. Alright guys, talk to you next time.